the Pelicans have it. Let's give you our officiating crew. One of the best in the business. Ronnie Garrettson heads it up with Tyler Ford and Jonathan Sterling. So Nikola Jokic in an interesting...
Pelicans.com and get your tickets right now. And we'll see you at the Smoothie King Center on Wednesday night. Be good to get home. Anthony Davis, a little fall away.
To perfection. Knicks start with Hardaway, Knox, Trier, Robinson, and Moutier. Their starting five. Here is Davis.
So what do they have out of the timeout? And is there a little spring in their step? It'll be AD.
And get that ball going from three-point land.
Yeah, they might be done for the night, but you're right.
And then the foul then becomes, or the illegal defense becomes no longer relevant. If the shot missed, it would have.
And how it's become pretty easy for him, which most players can't do 2 games in a row. Head down and knife through the defense.
Solomon Hill coming off his best game offensively. It'll be Drew.
But I'm focused on trying to help this team win. The NBA ruled that there was no tampering because there was no coordinated effort by the organization. That it's just one player talking about another as Holiday gets.
Elfrid Payton is such a key to this team. Been out most of the year with an injury. Starting in the backcourt, which
Davis did well in the first meeting. He had one of his 35 double-doubles, 20 and 12. And played well in the game between these two teams back on March 1st. As attempts and scored 20 points in a game. It's only happened 5 times. Most recently, Brandon Wright did it in April of 2014. Devin Harris back in 2005, and even farther back in the day, Sam Cassell.
Gibson probably shoots about 1 every other game. That's his one.
See what the Pels could do. They came out of the locker room in good shape. Elfrid Payton, triple. Milwaukee's #1 in the league in defensive efficiency. So some of those shots have been challenged. The third in offensive rating, #1, and first by a large margin in net rating.
Contrast between these two teams. Pelicans second in the league in scoring at 118.7. Grizzlies allow the second fewest points at 102.3. Davis against Gasol, and Davis rattles.
Show here for the Suns. Mikal Bridges, T.J. Warren playing with 2 fouls, fires the 3. Josh Jackson begins the second quarter as well.
Suns are going even smaller here, which means you have to rebound by committee. Not put all the pressure on Ayton to go get him.
Randall gets it on the floor. And second worst to second best when it comes to free throw attempts a game.
Well, Mark, the only way that's going to happen is you change your personnel, and they've changed it a little bit. Have some different talent.
For some whoppers. Davis controls the tip. We're underway here in New Orleans. John Goble, Pat Frere, and Ray Acosta, the officiating crew. Elfrid Payton with that new look. He shaved off part of the dew.
Bird, I think it's changed something.
I think you might be right. Holiday, he's been struggling from the outside.
And still throws a little man's move at him. It was a little combination of big and little. Pau Gasol fooling a smaller defender, getting all the way to the rim.
Pau just his 10th game back following the foot injury and just his 19th game overall. Hesitation.
He gets the ball moving, and it just seems to function better when he has the ball in the middle.
And we're definitely seeing growth in that element of his game. Fun to watch, as a matter of fact. Back come the Pelicans. Holiday adjusts and scores.
1 year of college basketball at Pitt, 6 years ago, 12th overall. And the first 2 points of the game. Holiday up against Paul George. Now Solomon Hill making a move on Grant. A very good one at that. Good take. It's all even at 2.
Off balance. Probably traveled.
Can't walk twice. Yeah. He got away with 1. He knew. Yeah, I better lock this pivot foot down. Even if I want to change it again. It'll be Darius Miller on the run. He's got it.
Just doesn't get a chance to show it very much when you're playing behind a guy like Anthony Davis.
Spurs getting 16 from Aldridge and then 6 from 3 or make it 4 other players spreading the wealth around. Here's Okafor against Pau Gasol. And it's almost every shot.
12 points and now 6 rebounds for a Sun.
Heat ahead by 22 as we open up the second half here in Miami, where the Heat have lost 6 games in a row. Longest home losing streak since 2008 for the Heat. Davis steps back. He's wide open.
They had the floor right where they wanted. They were helping each other, and they were moving with energy.
And that's why Frank's not on the floor right now. Staff is recognizing that. Quick passes. 15 on the shot clock. Frazier beats his man for the layup. Right by Malik Beasley. By 12 after 3. Being outshot in the game, 49%, 43%. Darius Miller's out there with Payton, Clark, Diallo, and Julius Randle. 10 on the shot clock. Randle, see ya. Ilyasova, kind of a statue of the high post.
Top 3 players in the league to watch play. You know, it's very easy to kind of give up right now. Melody, he brings it every single night. You see.
With Chalmette, school located 9.5 miles east of Smoothie King Center. The school was actually destroyed, Wally, during Hurricane Katrina back in 2005, rebuilt. And Mitchell spent a couple of seasons there.
One like that a couple of offensive sets ago and missed it just like that one. But they're really good looks.
Mitchell's now 9 of 15. Jackson, cutter inside. Randall works it outside for 3. It's good.
99-89 as the Spurs' last field goal came at the 5:04 mark. Trying to hang into the free throw line. We got to get some stops. Mirotic.
Yeah, he's all in. That's what you want. You want a guy that's fully invested like that. So Stanley's out there. Stanley Johnson with Darius Miller, Ian Clark, Julius Randle, and Check Diallo. This combination has been on the floor a lot this year. Stanley Johnson, a little mid-range.
And it's got to be better concentration. And I'm hoping they come out with a different mindset. And this could be a good start.
There you go.
Almost 9 rebounds. 94-85. First one to 120 wins this one. Playing off Randall. A nice pass inside, and the lane is.
We got to make sure that we're not turning it over. And when the ball that goes up on the board, we got to be sprinting back, okay? Got to take away the easy ones, all right? Come on, we're good. Let's go.
That was the State Farm audio assist. And Jason Grant.
An off-court storylines. The starters, weeknights, 6 Eastern on NBA TV. I watch them all the time. Terrific show. Great guys. Clark on the fly.
So that's the way it begins on the miss. Pels 4 and 6. Need to capitalize on home cooking where they took 3 out of the first 4. Nico against his old team. Not a to play. And when's his contract up? It'll be Etwan Moore. There you go.
Great player. And, you know, for Russell Westbrook to have that record, it just shows you the versatility and how hard the guy plays and gets after rebounding, moving the ball. And the thing about that, during that stretch, I like
steal, but the Blazers not able to convert.
So back-to-back turnovers. Pelicans after the timeout, or just before, had scored 4 in their last 6 possessions. Miller knocks down a triple. So
ambidextrous.
David Guthrie, Brian Forte, J.B. DeRosa. That's better than being amphibious on the court, correct? Your former teammate with that famous line.
Mr. Chris Webber, no doubt.
Randall.
Yeah, Randall.
This version of the Bucks, it's like looking at themselves in the mirror.
Yes. In fact, the Bucks actually take more good shots than the Rockets do as Jackson gets fouled.
Teague just 4 of 11 from the floor. He does have 13 assists. Moore wrapping around into the lane. That floater is good.
And Blake
Reggie Bullock, Langston Galloway, and Reggie Jackson on the court with the two bigs. Drew Holiday to the lane, fires, fills it.
You know, when he comes off the screen,
the defense gets to relax a little bit. They lose concentration. He just kept circling.
And with all these misses, that was the first offensive rebound by the Dubs. Livingston went to the glass. Sean has been bouncy the last couple games.
Warriors only 35%, but the good thing is this club here, well, now they're over 30%. They were at 29
tonight.
Yeah, they're invaluable playing time right now, and good opportunity. You know, if you're being evaluated, you don't want to be sitting on the bench for a long time. You want to be out there playing. You want guys to see what you can do, and he's definitely showing himself well.
Cameron, he knows the shot clock's down. He's up. So are the Pelicans.
Bridges, Hernan-Gomez, Kaminsky, Graham, and Lamb playing together. New Orleans has Okafor, Hill, Johnson, Bertans, and Wood.
Trying to run Bertans off some screens.
It's Johnson who gets to the rim.
The defense is not standing there. The one that just thrown to Ayton had no arc on it.
Yeah, that was not exactly a classic lob. 10 on the shot clock for Darius Miller. Shaq, he's taking the high percentage one. Welcome back once again to the Smoothie King Center. Disparity and huge, special to the shooting percentage. 9 of their last 11 fell for the Cavaliers. Julio Okafor in for the first time, taking over for Anthony Davis up against Zizic, who's just back, and he'll get the easy one.
Pelicans put it back in play. Pat McCaw back out there. Etuan Moore didn't like what he saw on the block. Randall forced the issue, had to give it up. Here comes Payton sliding inside.
Lob from Devin Booker. He couldn't get it up cleanly, so took it off the window, and Ayton was there to quickly put it up and in.
Creativity.
Davis inside. Ayton again playing with 3 personal fouls. There's
culprits right there, Atlanta, just so you know what's going on. Here's the tip, and it belongs to New Orleans, and we're ready for basketball. Great to have you with us from the Crescent City. A New Orleans team that is flat out struggling. They've lost 8 out of 9, 7 consecutive home games.
Well, this team has a lot of pieces missing. You got Drew Holiday, and now you got the Jackson on the jump.
He knocks down shots, plays above the rim. I love the kid.
He's got 8 points in 6 minutes.
I think that's good.
Well, there's Randall.
Scott, Williams, and Gilgeous-Alexander. All these players off the bench for the Clippers. Randall, hard to the goal, the left hand. Great.
Now his jumper just looks completely different. Good body contact, fades away. Just got to get your confidence back. Back to Davis with 5 on the shot clock. Trying to take it to Tice. It does.
2 threes. Minnesota's missed 9 of their last 11 shots. The only 2 they made were those 2 threes. Moore's had a big night. His jumper is smooth. 20
by 6. With 6:32 to go, and this the regular season opener for both the Pelicans and the Rockets. Pelicans winning for 48 games a season ago. Quiet start for Anthony Davis, but not for long as you get to that.
Pelicans as a team shoot 48% from the floor this year. That's 4th best in the league. 2nd highest scoring offense, 118 points a game. And they just added 2 more. Field goal percentage, close to even. 45 for the Mavs, about 48 for the Pelicans. Pelicans have the edge when it comes to rebounding, points in the paint, and second chance points. And going into play tonight, by the way, they're the #1 second chance points team in the league at almost 16 a game, and the #1 paint points team at about 57 a game. Julius Randle provides a fair number of those points.
New Orleans capped off by Mirotic hitting a 3 at the buzzer. And they lead it by 17 as we start the fourth quarter. Steve Buckhantz, Kara Lawson, Chris Miller. As Randle
is taken over for Coach K. So a great experience for those young men. Pels up by 12, their largest lead. Okafor asking for it on a clear out. Here comes Harrison Barnes into the equation. But Jalil gets what he wants.
You don't have to face that defense while it in fact is waiting on the other end.
New Orleans has brought Okafor back in. He's battling with Sabonis for position in the post.
He's going to spin.
And he got it.
Yeah, he did. Was able to get his elbow.
Block of the first shot. So Anthony's got a block. That's his first of the game. Julius denied. Got to get out of the paint. Good setup. Solomon Hill.
But Jabari Parkey, none but bottoms.
And Tim Frazier just checked in, helped him along the way with that arm behind and pulling on the jersey. Go right at it. AD going to the line. So,
Anthony Davis, 7th year, 5 times an All-Star, currently averaging close to 28 points per game. It starts with the visitors wearing all white. Drew Holiday gets in the paint with the left hand, gets it to rattle through.
In his last 3 games, none of those on assist. None.
You're right, Brian. That is impressive right there. Every basket on his own, off the dribble, as Holiday scores on a flow.
7 straight games of 35 and 5. And when you're talking about Oscar Robertson, going back to the 60s, wow.
Holiday punch.
Nicely done, young man.
Absolutely.
You in the Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts?
No.
No? Matt.
Well, I was busy playing sports.
Always
Can't do everything.
D'Angelo Russell, 24 points. Out of the timeout, Holiday defended by LeVert. Randle using the body. Help from Russell. Randle fights through it. The flip is good.
Well, keep in mind that DeAndre Jordan has accolades himself. He has hardware from his career. A 3-time All-NBA selection, a 1-time All-Star. Randle in the lane against Harrison Barnes, and it will bounce.
Pass over to the Time Lord. Williams matched up with Davis. Davis wants the ball. They get it to him. Digs the shoulder in, comes back the other way, gets 2. We both saw him in the weight room. Why'd you come into the weight room with jeans and a jacket on? What were you going to do? Dude, I was going to tell everybody I hit the weight room today. I was there today.
I don't know what was prettier, that finish with the left hand or D'Angelo Russell threading the needle. Pulls out Anthony Davis. An excellent job bounce passing that to Allen.
Mirotic, quiet in the first half. Look for 2.
Is what the Heat are looking for here to be able to close out this game.
Well, the Heat got outscored 34-20 in that third quarter. It's a 6-point lead for Miami as we begin the fourth quarter here at the Heat's house. That's Julius Randle.
But no Doug McDermott for the 2nd straight game. He's out with a rib injury. Will also not be available tomorrow night against the Lakers. Maybe we'll see him on Thursday at home against the Clippers. Here's the pass, and it's Williams setting for 3.
Well, it got the 3 because Stan, I don't know if he turned his ankle.
It's a 4-point game, and he is definitely on today against his former team.
New season high.
24 for Langston Galloway. On the dribble handoff. Bounce entry's a beauty. Darius Miller with the dime.
I'm here with a record of 26 and 34 and 13th in the conference. Their first look at it is hopefully we've got the shot clock issues rectified. Drew Holiday, of course, he prepped in Southern California, went to UCLA. Little runner.
Exceptional find.
25 feet away for Luka all the way downstairs for the easy dunk.
He's a willing passer, David. He's a good teammate, they tell us. Really good teammate. Now, inside, Anthony Davis.
Live action, you see the score by quarters, 38-point third quarter. Here's Mirotic. Well, he hasn't cooled off all.
4-21, Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there. The C's defensively forcing 8 turnovers by the Pelicans. Drew Holiday, 5 of them. He's on the bench right now. Mirotic coming off the screen.
A lot of those games on the last road trip. They were right there, and they could not bring him over the finish line.
Well, poise is the key, Mark. You got to get quality possessions. We say it all the time. And do the little things.
Randall looking to overpower the defense.
He's done a great job off the bench. 7 of 8, 17 points. He's got game honors, at least Nick honors, with Ennis Cantor. So let's see what the Pels can do. AD inside the arc, long 2, got it.
That was just 30, but a lot of action on the inside as Brokoff misses his three-point attempt.
Pelicans lead the league, 58 paint points per game. So they're 6 away from what they average. Darius Miller.
All right, Jen. Harrison Barnes from the wing, not the corner 3, and it wasn't close. So
yeah,
that's the way it begins.
He's been way off, especially coming off that screen. Pin down.
It'll be Darius Miller.
Good looking shot.
Yep, and they want to.
They're the same team, basically.
It's controlled by the Pels on the toss by Courtney Kirkland. A fair toss. That's rare in this day and age. Our 3 officials, Courtney Kirkland, Jenna Petridis, and Jason Goebel, and not a bad beginning. He gets it inside, and Bolden cleans it up.
I like his effort early. Bolden playing within his game. But playing hard, playing smart.
Jonathan Simmons is the other Simmons, by the way. That was a really nice trade deadline acquisition. AD on the reverse. Good footwork.
I was talking to Pelicans head coach Alvin Gentry. I asked him, what stands out about Trier? His answer, confidence. Gentry's right, guys. Trier's a rookie, but he's got a veteran's mindset. He told me before the game that, yes, he's excited to be getting a start here.
Solid guard back. Or now back with the Bulls in for the first time tonight as Parker comes away empty. Play out of the timeout, trying to get Jabari going.
Yeah, for a 3. Surprise.
So Jabari Parker shooting 31%, coming into the game of the first 11 on his three-point attempts. And now, out of the timeout for the Pels, Anthony Davis, and he found Nico. Good little slip in.
Now 4 for 4. Tied it up at 70. And you got to get some breaks. Joker had to launch it late in the shot clock. Jokic taking the challenge of trying to guard Anthony Davis, who had 22 points.
Kenny Atkinson is figuring out what pace is best for their style of play and personnel.
It is rare that you hear a head coach say, we just want to play slower.
We like to be a plotting team.
That's what we're aspiring to. Julius Randle is in for New Orleans. Holiday, excellent drive and the finish.
Thing about the spirit that they played with. They played pretty well against San Antonio as well.
Drew Holiday having a career year. He'll play against his younger brother as Miller hits the 3, and Bogdanovich got him, and it's one thing they'll do. They'll shoot the 3.
Last night, Larry Nance Jr. not available. AD clears it away. Thompson didn't get the roll. Usually pretty good in that neighborhood. AD looking inside. Drew's got the set. And got it away before.
Set the hard screen, which I think is one of the things the Pacers are going to have to do better. Set really good screens to get guys open and then be able to make the pass.
Holiday got behind Evans.
And I said, forget whatever I just said to you. Just look down on the other end and imitate everything that Eric Gordon is doing on this jump shot.
That's the sign of a good teacher right there.
Right. Then if that don't work, Zeke, what you should have told him is, okay, let me call the jet
and see if I can get some.
Starting to find themselves rhythm-wise.
Sure.
You worry about those guys down the road.
With all the new additions, they had to figure it out. You know, they added 2 guys. It looks like Hayward's starting to play a little bit better.
How about that wrap around? Go to the line.
You got to try to do better. Not that those guys aren't good players. They are, as good cut by Holiday and a score. Those guys.
Nearly as tightly underneath that sleeve, and clearly he's a lot more comfortable playing with it tonight.
Yeah, it was interesting what Kevin said, that he has gone with the lighter one, so it's not as restrictive. Glad they got it right, because he looks like a different guy. How about the pocket? Drew on the dime.
Back for James Johnson, his 4th straight start. He gets the heat on the scoreboard initially. Tim Frazier starting his 2nd game in a row at point guard for the Pelicans. We will discuss the importance of that Alvin Gentry change in their lineup when we get a moment. Mirotic over to Holiday, guarded by Magruder. Powers it up, in, and a foul.
He's always looking to attack, bigs looking to, roll to the rim and get downhill. We just got to continue to do it. We've done it all season. The past trip, we kind of got away from it just because teams were taking us out of that. And then now we got to see the kickouts that are available to the shooters.
Mirotic has been huge tonight. 21 points on only 12 shots. Well,
it's even at 15. Turnover is the 2nd for Dallas. And Julius all the way to the rack. Pels have the lead.
We got fouled in Ojale. Both of them started from getting the Pelicans in rotation. That's how you play good Celtic basketball.
Ojale defending Randall right now. That could get physical real quickly. Miller rattles home a 3.
Good finish. 30 assists for OKC on 41 makes. Pels have 25 on 35. And the roll.
All the time, win on the road. Dexter, another strong shot inside. Chimezie Metu has come on during the break, along with Pirtle. Metu playing against Rio Grande Valley last night in the G League game as well. As Jackson hits the jump.
And defensive team for the season, and over the last month, number 7 defensively.
And that has been a staple in my mind, David. That really has not been an issue for the team. It's their ability.
And what worries you the most about this, with the Pels up by 6, is this is coming, this little run, and 5 straight off turnovers. With the bench, all 5 guys on the floor for Toronto are their bench guys. It'll be Juan Moore off the rub. Got it! Boy, that is consistent.
It's going to be so difficult for him to get on with so many good guards in the West.
A lot of good players in the West, a lot of special guards. He's very deserving of it. It'll be a tall ask when you underachieving Pelican team as
10-point game, inside of 6 to play.
It'll be so much fun to play in the game today. So much spacing and penetration and kicks and
Rainbow Land, the city, but not my place. His 13th year out of Villanova. Man, I met him when he arrived. Now a couple of kids later. Great dad. 3-point game, 57-54. KD up against the smaller Kawhi Leonard. Each one, he had the runner, but he wanted to share it. Wesley got it.
Ooh, big three. To the outset of this season, before the injury, I couldn't believe the confidence he had in his jumper.
Luke Walton says it's great having him running that second unit because he gets after the starters. He stays on the young guys. Etuan Moore on the drive out to Davis, who's battling an illness but has 9 points in a game.
All 6 of those losses came against elite teams, big winners.
Pels playing at a high level. Julius Randle up against Rudy Gobert. On the spin to a strong side. Muscles it home. 111-104.
I shut him down.
That's great. Now Solomon Hill on the floor for the Pels. He was out there in that ankle underneath the rim. A loose ball foul they didn't call. Etuan Moore with Tim Frazier looking good, and he looked good. 4 of 7.
Bucks have led right from the start. Pelicans working around. Three-point attempt. Last couple of minutes after the Knicks went 12 minutes without turning the ball over.
Can't turn the ball over in the fourth quarter. Got to at least get the ball up at the back. 3. Julius Randle has just checked into the game. We're all looking forward to this matchup, as Jen mentioned, between those two players. Two of the best young big men in the NBA. Drew Holiday all the way to the rack. Will they get the roll? Curls it home.
So here we go. Holiday will bring it up. Kick out from Miller. No. And it's
in the first half. Good strong start and move from Mikal Bridges. Mikal with 6 points, a couple of rebounds, 2 assists, a couple steals in that first half. As Julius Randle just
I think they can do it more often.
Now JaVale McGee once again putting up numbers. Third quarter, Lakers shooting 73%. New Orleans just 4 out of 9.
That's the end of the court that has been the Achilles heel tonight. This is a Pelicans team that can score, but has been scoring too easily.
Randall.
look at that.
Oh, and they're going to call goal.
In these moments to keep pushing each other in the locker room. Guys.
Yeah, those are great points. And Quinn was really open about that too, T. You know that as a former player. I mean, the emotions of the game, the emotions of the moment, they'll catch up with you.
Absolutely. And it was just one game. I mean,
New Orleans is quite a town. It really is.
It is hard to keep track. You were joined by Mike Green, of course, in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
We are here tonight in New Orleans, and then it'll be
120 points a game.
That's a lot of points.
That is #1 in the league.
And that's not their problem. Once they really tighten up on their defense and really get their assignments down, they're going to be a really special team.
Inside, Wood drops it in. 6-10 play.
He went to get that. Beverly thought he had an edge. So he's at a 4 in a 5-point game. AD up against Tobias Harris. Julius. And he's got a new career. By the way, great idea for Christmas gift. Go to Pelicans.com. Dallas Mavericks on the 28th. Surprise somebody. And there are still floor seats, believe it or not, available. On the run, Anthony Davis.
And if I was the Hawks on that possession, I would have ran that play one more time for Kevin Huerter, see if he's still hot.
See if the flame is still lit.
Oh, it's still lit. He hasn't taken a shot yet, so, you know, you got to give him a chance. Give him an opportunity.
Nice move and a very aggressive. Just on the Dedmon jam.
Oh, out of a timeout, the Hawks are very good at running those types of plays.
And here comes New Orleans. And Julius Randle floating it cross court. Jackson with the 3. Boy, this guy is.
He can shoot. He can shoot.
A 3 ball, and he gets the gift on the bounce. 10 points for Courage. Davis.
They don't shoot it as well.
Yeah, the Pels compensate, though, because they lead the league points in the paint. And 51% of their points, which is tallest in the league, as Darius fills it up. Highest percentage.
Talent on offense. Entered this game over 42% from 3. He has 20 points, 10 rebounds in the first half. As Mirotic splashed
again to put his team on his back. Take him to the W column.
Hornets thinking about defense. They bring in Bismack Biyombo to bang with Randall. Stanley Johnson, man, he's got a body too. He just
That's just a little physicality right there. But
too much, they say. The elbow got up too high and a push off. 5 minutes left. Randall. Tied game.
On the Math Hoops program. Kids love it. Boy, you know how their eyes light up, David, when the players hit this, their elementary schools.
Oh, yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Great. It'll be Solomon Hill out of the timeout. Good pass, good entry.
Jim, it's been a halftime tradition here at Smoothie King Center for me, you, and Marty Gellner. We always enjoy smoothies at Smoothie King Center, but normally the smoothies have been provided for us by the Pelicans organization.
It's out Mardi Gras afternoon, soaking up the last little bits of carnival.
Oh, it's a guarantee. It's perfect timing, Jed. Thank you, because as Peyton out of the timeout.
Behind by 17, Steve Kerr called a timeout and started knocking down the long ball. Now 9 of 18 from three-point range. Holiday, nice feed inside, and Davis with the finish.
Excellent. 2 points. The Jazz have not hit a shot in 5 attempts here in the fourth. Jackson.
They're going to Jackson.
Snow plying his way to the pass.
One thing you can say about John Lucas is he's one of the best trash talkers in the NBA.
Yeah, you gotta when you're talking with him, make sure you have your shovel along with you. If you know what I'm talking about. Now he is an absolute great guy to be around. I love him.
Frazier. He got the rebound back. A 13-point lead for Miami and 9 straight points for Miami. This is Holiday. Off the double finds Hill. That's a
from deep on the year, and he bumps the Spurs lead to 9 once again.
Yeah, confident looking shot, and I thought Patty Mills getting ready to check in the ball game. He's just got a kick out of your old mama.
Holiday hits the jumper here.
And a half to play. Games like this have not been kind to the Pels. 5 or less in the last 5 minutes. Drew all the way to the rack. Yes, he'll get the layup. Pelicans back up.
Streaming live on the ESPN app.
How about Detroit going into Toronto tonight, outscore them 29-16 in the fourth to win it.
Wow.
By 2.
The Pacers after tonight, they're 18-7 at home, 15-12 on the road. They have the 5th best road record in the NBA right now, trying to hold on against this feisty New Orleans team. Makes it.
Coach, you're always looking for more on defense. In that first quarter, for most of it, they shot above 50%. Where can you tighten up?
Well, we just got to get them off the three-point line, number one, and we got to do a little bit better job on the inside of being solid.
And Ralph, that's you. It was your first year as the Clippers play-by-play man. What do you recall about that season, Ralph?
I recall a visit to New Orleans with the old Jazz before they moved to Salt Lake City. It was a strange setting in the schedule. We had a couple of...
So many ways. The 2.0 version of big men in today's NBA.
Without a doubt, and also, Jen, they're side-by-side in PER, and these two teams are side-by-side in scoring. Top 2 scoring teams in the NBA as Anthony fills it up.
Frazier, Holiday, Davis, Hill, and Mirotic on the floor for the visitors. And Holiday hits.
So Blake Griffin comes in, averaging 25, 29 so far. Tim Frazier. Now, it's also without Drew Holiday on the floor. He's been the catalyst from the beginning. Nico, catch and shoot. Got it. Huge. Gets the...
New Orleans playing without Anthony Davis for a spell. Let's see if the Hornets can capitalize. Miller with a couple of bounces has Hernan Gomez on him.
Tyus has been fantastic. Leads the league in assists to turnovers, leads the league in steals to turnovers. He's got 1 steal tonight, 10 steals in the last 2.5 games.
Being out, but that's just a great observation. Tell me about Kenrich Williams. He might be my new favorite NBA player.
He's a hard-working kid. We saw him in the summer. We put him on our summer league team, and brought him into camp, and we kept wanting to cut him, but he wouldn't let us. So you can see that he's going to be a good.
Nice start for Stanley Johnson in particular. 3 minutes on the floor. How about 3 dimes, couple of steals, a bucket. We like it. Now Norman Powell gambling. Darius Miller wanted to get it back to Shaq. How about a step through? Man, it's good.
It's good as anybody in the league. He's as good as anyone in the league.
42-34 Pelicans, and all alone underneath.
That's just hard work and determination.
Pretty good. Yep.
Inside of 6 to play. 9 of 12 from the field for Washington right now. Each one with the floater. It's all.
He knocks down his first in 3 attempts.
So welcome back to Reggie after being out with a foot injury. Randall, the cutter is Clark. In deep. Okafor goes to the other side.
Smoothie King delivering. What you got there? A little strawberry banana?
Strawberry banana.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
So what's your take on all of this?
I like sweets to be delivered. Delivery is a good thing.
So Taco Bell delivers.
Attempts for the Clips. 5 for the Pels. And let's see what they can do with AD back on the floor for the final 6:45. Trying to get it to Julius. Working against a guy with 3 fouls. And he should get there. And will with the right hand.
The quarter. New Orleans just 1 of 8 from 3. That one with a half second to go by Holiday.
An unfortunate turnover. New Orleans ball.
And we all know where the Pelicans are going to go.
Going to see a steady diet of this.
It's going to be interesting this year because it's the top vote getters from each conference who get to choose their teams. At the moment, that would be LeBron and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And February 7th, it's going to be televised on TNT, by the way, that draft, the All-Star draft. Julius gets Nurkic out of position, gets to the rack, Pels over Hill. So it's 6, the lead for the Clips. Tyrone Wallace getting the opportunity. Drew Holiday all the way to the cup. Mandy.
Beautiful. And a beautiful play call. Putting Julius Randle in that pick and roll by using Dudley as the screener.
Hayden crosses, leans for 2. Tough bucket.
Leading scorer in the fourth quarter last year may need to be the leading scorer in the fourth quarter here tonight. But driving to the hole and scoring is up to the Pelicans.
There's still a lot of time left in this game, but you imagine that Gentry understands they could use some three-point shooting with Mirotić there in the other front court position.
Holiday. That's for 2.
Maybe you close out different, but you got to close out short. Make sure you take away those angles.
Now, career 32% three-point shooter coming into the new season. AD's.
Yeah, why is he going so hard? We're just getting loose. He said, make sure you go hard all the time.
It'll be Julius. He does get it going. It's going to be like the dam broke. It broke tonight.
There's been a problem.
Oh, good pass inside. Check the out.
10-4 advantage. Still got to shut down the Pelicans in the paint. A 14-10 advantage.
Yeah, pretty tight quarter there. But too easy right there for Drew Holiday.
Rich Paul has LeBron James, who went to Los Angeles. Anthony Davis won't be a free agent until 2020, but he's extension eligible this summer. Will he or won't he accept that offer? Which would
keeps it away from Devin Harris. And so one more three-pointer made by Dallas. Pels are 2 of 5. Dallas 3 of 8. And that is the difference right now. Drew Holiday finds Solomon Hill. Good look. He's got it.
On the perimeter, as in three-pointers, and they're getting out in transition, getting the turnovers, and 15 fast break points in the first quarter. That's huge.
And how about that play?
Randall hit as he puts it up, and a chance for
got a look that they wanted. Doc Rivers, one of the very good coaches from a long time now. Rivers' first year in Orlando. Coach of the year's first year. Julius Randle, he's got a beat on it. Take it hard to the
Standing. Do you continue to do what you do, or have you made some adjustments?
No, I continue to do what we do. Just understanding the pick and roll, how our coverage.
What a good soul, Julian Okafor.
Yes, sir.
Way beyond his years. He's been through a lot already. This is 4th year, 3rd overall. Don't forget 4 years ago. Just a good person. That guy.
Let's not the bench this season.
doing the job. Points don't mean much to Rondo. It's the other things, the way he directs the offense and gets people involved.
Julius Randle with authority, and he rolls it up and in.
Since Markieff Morris has come off the bench.
And all those numbers will make him feel a little bit better about that. Clearly, he's not, loving the fact that he was a starter and he's coming off the bench. But when you produce...
Can't keep giving up backdoor cuts and layups. 6 of the 8 points so far for the Pelicans have all come in the paint. JB finished just by saying, protect the paint, protect the paint, protect the paint.
And Jaren Jackson Jr. second foul.
Players, it's almost like their focus is higher because they know they're not 100%.
It's a 7-point lead for the Lakers. Randle goes to that right hand again. And
I guess, Tennessee welcomed me, and I was very excited to be back home.
You've been well claimed by all sports fans here in Tennessee after that miraculous career at Tennessee. So let's call a little basketball here. What are you seeing from the New Orleans Pelicans? Grant and I have been talking as Drew Holiday.
Josh Jackson taking it 4 by Phoenix. And he could be very good, but Aaron Fox is a keeper. He's got a lot of game. Now, on the crossover, Elfrid Payton got into the teeth of the defense.
Great career shots and an inside look at Russell Westbrook and how conflict drives him. The Thunder having a terrific year. Westbrook averaging a triple-double for the 3rd straight year. Paul George, an MVP candidate, as Randle. As
they want to wear on any given night as well. But the blue has been a rare sight these days. But we will see it again next Tuesday when they're home against the Bucks.
Interesting. This is Bad Boys. Won 2 championships on the road wearing those road blues at 89 and 90 over the Lakers and the...
For that, all the points were off Pels turnovers. So 6 of the first 8 off mistakes by the Pels. Now Drew Holiday mid-range. Looks good. Simple. Last year, he came off a career best, 41% from beyond the arc. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, shooting 39% on his threes. A little bit better after the first one of the game. Elfrid with a good carry to get to the paint. And a 1-point deficit.
Tim Birch. Good start to the second quarter for the Magic. Orlando led by 28 in the first quarter.
First quarter, 11 assists, 13 made field goals. That's pretty good.
Randle. Well, if he gets rolling.
I mean, what kind of words can you use to describe what he's doing out there shooting the basketball?
Well, I told him right before all that, I said, go make like 6 crazy shots in a row. So he's very coachable.
And by Barea.
Pelicans are thriving in the paint tonight, which is a story for them often. They are 14 of 17 on shot attempts in the paint tonight. Miller's made a couple of threes. He gave the ball up. This is a mid-range J for Randle.
Pels will take it the 8th on the Mavs.
And that was a not happy coach.
Pels on a 6-0 run out of the break.
Back to the double team.
And Kenrich burns him. Double team off.
Assist, facilitate, make plays, and the demand that it puts on your body to do that every single night. When you're circled and double team and triple team, it's absolutely remarkable what he's doing.
Mirotic connects out up there and making some things happen.
Little token pressure in the backcourt from the Grizzlies. It's a team that won 22 games last year. They're right at 22 right now. Coming into the contest tonight at 22 and 34. On the move, Darius Miller, the skip from A.